goes live, you see. Yeah.
Okay, see.
Hi, hi.
Hi, hi, hi.
Welcome to another what? Another week on Ask It. I guess it's in the
Yeah.
house. It's a Gumi.
Hi.
All right, so let's just give them time to join, and we can start. Now, this week promises to be exciting because we are talking about identifying and tackling scam jobs. If they've ever scammed in this life, come and join this session. Hi, Ali. Hello.
Hi,
Thanks for
Aliu.
joining. Thanks for joining. So if you ever scammed you, they scammed your friends, or you know your friends that are
Scam
looking
somebody you
for
know.
anybody,
Yeah,
anywhere.
anybody.
This session
I
is
think
for you. What do you want
for
to
most
say?
people, they've probably not been scammed, but they've heard a lot of scam stories. So they can relate. Like, I know someone that has been scammed. Might not necessarily have happened to them. But yeah. Someone saying, give me job, please. Go on our platform, Ijoma. There are lots
Give
of
me
jobs
job.
there.
Today is not about giving you job. Today is about identifying and scam and tackling
Identify.
scam jobs. Eh?
Hello,
Hi.
hello everyone.
Hello. Thanks,
Someone's
Praise. I can
asking
see
what
you.
this is all about. Ogba Uduma. We're going to be talking about identifying and tackling job scams. Basically, if you've ever been called up for an interview that turned out to be a scam, or you got the job, but then you found out that maybe it's all these what do they call those people?
They scammed you.
What are those people called?
Is it the network marketing people?
Network marketing guys, yes. They're the
Yeah.
biggest biggest
Sorry, if
scam.
you said I am
Joseph is saying they didn't
this
scam me. Oh.
scam,
I
bro, or
usually
just
just lose
drinking for
interest
registration, no job.
when I can't find credible information about the organization.
Credible information about the organization.
Yeah.
Nice, 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 nice. Can I get a job representing my
If he has been
certificate?
scammed, sorry, if they don't worry, we're here to
Wala for
tell you how to
scam.
avoid how to avoid
Don't
getting
worry.
scammed next time.
Yep. So once it is 1:05, we're going to start. We're just giving room for people to join and
Okay.
everybody can learn. So please feel free to share with your friends, your colleagues, your enemies. You still don't want them to scam them as well. So just share with everybody that you can share. And we are
Right.
going to start. Someone said GNLD, that's their name.
Those
Those
are
people
that's the name I was trying to remember. GNLD, those people.
neo life
Abbreviated.
trend and what they call that their nonsense drug.
Test.
Yep,
I have a
Joseph, I
test
can see
massive
you
scam.
disconnect.
High end scam from Bodycat. Wow.
So yes, one more minute and then we will start.
Yeah.
We are going to start. Yay, we're excited to talk about this. So over the week, people already sent in their questions and guess what? Me and I were here to answer all your questions. So once we're done with that, then you can also, ask your questions here around scam jobs, please, and then answer you. So one more minute, and then we are going to start this new life. Don't worry, I have gist for you. All of you that you're talking about new life, you're not the only ones. I've been there. I even paid, but don't worry. Wait for it.
Wow.
Yep, I did pay. So wait for it. Wait for it. Don't worry. Don't worry. One more
um,
minute. One more minute. Thank you for
can someone put
joining.
a disclaimer that anything that is not from Java Nigeria on comment should not like people should not advertise their jobs here. Because I'm seeing someone say DM me something something.
Say yeah. Don't worry. And it is 1:05. So yeah, good afternoon again, everyone.
Tifa, you're hanging. I can no longer hear you. Unless you hate your okay. Okay, so I think Tita is having network issues. Okay, so let's give her a few minutes to join back. But I'm seeing all of your comments and, you know, hearing, seeing people share their experiences. Just if we're not offended, we just wanted people to take caution. A young petroleum engineer practitioner open to the industry. How do I get HR jobs without no experience? We're not talking about jobs today, guys, but we would get back to your question, Uluwatobiloba, by the end of this session. Okay. So while we wait for Tifa to join, while we wait for Tifa to join, I think we can just start with asking the first question. Yes. So how do you identify a job scam? How do you know that? Oh, okay, yay, she's back.
Thank you. Apologies,
Hi,
the brain.
welcome back.
Thank you.
It's
All
okay,
right.
welcome back.
Oh, you were saying something to me.
Yes, I was about asking them the first question, how to identify fake jobs. So, how do you identify, what are the things to look out for when you see a job advert? How can you tell that this looks like a scam? They're about to take my money or they're about to waste my time. Some people are lucky, they don't take your money, but they waste your time. They make you come to some place in Ikeja. I don't know.
Training.
Ikeja is a hot spot for fake jobs. I don't know, but yeah, there's just a lot of. So yeah, please go ahead. Tell us, what do you
Okay.
do?
How do I identify a fake job? Now,
Yeah.
first of all, because you're going to be applying maybe from websites or wherever you see it, wherever you see that ad, if it is not real, for example, it doesn't even state like there's no specific requirement or JD. You will see things like you must be young and vibrant. Then you say you must be able to communicate in any language. You must have access to the internet. Like they're just vague. I feel like they're like it's a scam because come on, if I'm looking to fill a role, I am specific with what I want. Have a BSc. Candidates should have, MSc or even PhD. Have this, have that. But in this case, they are not specific. And it's even weird because even graduate trainee, um, if you see graduate trainee ads, they're somewhat specific, and you know that okay, this ad is targeted towards young graduates and all that. But this one, you're asking nothing, no years of experience, nothing, nothing. Then when you, for some people, they will just give you an offer straight up, like come to the office and pick up your offer. And in your head, you're
And
thinking,
you
when
can resume tomorrow, and you were not even
do
interviewed for the role before.
you understand? And your head, you're like, I don't understand. Where did I apply? When did I even
Yeah,
attend the
what that you
interview?
didn't apply for, that they just send you emails. Please look out for that. I know that some people are lucky. The recruiters just reach out to you directly, but still be very skeptical because you can always check online if they have a website. In fact,
Yeah.
check Naira. If you want to find a fake job, like if you want to determine if a job advert is, I'm not joking. Type the name of the company that has invited you and put nairaland.com.
Yeah.
Everything that people that have attended the interview before, because most times you're not going to be the first person. It is a they have what's it called? They mostly have a process and they've been doing it time and time. So you're not going to be the first. People would have experienced it, and they'll come and talk about it on Ireland. There are also different websites. There's this other one, chive.com, chiv.com. They do free background check for you. So you can check first of all if the company exists, if they have an office building and all of that before you even stress yourself with preparing for an interview. Yeah.
Stress yourself, do
Okay.
anything.
Someone is
And
saying we're both frozen.
that is what?
If you can hear us, and someone in the comments is saying we are both frozen. If you can hear us, please type yes in the comments so we know that you can hear both of us.
Okay. Network is bad. I think it's
So
your network.
really,
But me, you can hear me
yeah.
clearly, right?
I can hear you clearly. Can you hear me, Tifa?
Yes, I can hear you. Square. I think it's their network that's bad.
It's probably their network then.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
rain.
Someone is saying that they always try to cross check credible job sites like Jobberman, MyJobMag, etc. Every job on Jobberman has gone through a verification process. So be rest assured that if it was posted on our website, then it is not a scam job. So yes, thank you, Ima Ete.
Yeah, I think another
Okay.
big deal that you guys should look out for is the domain name. Because you can't, like, if I'm invite, it's a proper organization, right? If I'm going to send you an invite, you see my name, like my email. Let's say my name is tife@jobberman.com. That is something you have to look out for. Everybody in Jobberman, for example, we all have that domain name at jobberman.com behind it.
Yeah.
So it is a big deal you have to check. You don't just see me say, oh, tife@gmail.com. Hello,
.com, yeah.
what company are you working for? It's too vague. Gmail, anybody can use a Gmail. You can be sitting in your room and then you're inviting me for an interview.
For
So
an
yeah,
interview.
also look
Yeah.
at that. And like Bumi clearly stated, if you go on, come on, the internet is free. Even if it's just Instagram that you have, maybe you're a startup and it's just Instagram. If you Google the name, it is going to show. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
you also have to do due diligence. I know how hard it is, you're looking for a job in Nigeria, but still you don't want people to be stealing your 1K, 2K, 3K.
That's what I was
Imagine
going to
if
say.
you do that times
Anybody
three times
offering
five,
you a
50,000.
job, asking you to pay, is a scam. Application is
Yeah.
free. Nobody should ask you to pay to be interviewed or to have
To
an
even get
opportunity to
to
speak with the company or to get the job. Nobody should ask you to pay. I know that there are some recruitment agencies that ask candidates to pay, but I think that's a different bit. But if the organization is reaching out to you, come on, they want to hire you, but they're asking you to pay them to hire you. That's the red flag. So all those GNLD people, please be very careful of them. Network marketing guys, especially, and they're always on the lookout for people that are somewhat desperate. So we understand that times are hard. Everyone is trying to find a good job. Don't know your worth. Don't be too desperate. They'll say, "Oh, after so so and so months, we'll start paying you." Nobody like if they're telling you to not if they're telling you that okay they're not going to pay you for a period of time because they want you to learn the process and please don't fall for that.
don't
Nobody would ever ask you to pay to process your job application or anything. So yeah,
like,
please you can always, like I had said earlier, check our website. All the jobs there have been verified and they have gone through due diligence to ensure that the
you are
companies there
safe.
are legit companies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Now let's go on the lighter mode now. Bumi, have you ever been scammed before?
Thankfully, no. But then I have gotten job scan emails. I just never showed up. So, like I said, I always check. Once I see the invite, I didn't apply for the job, but they are sending me interview invites, or they're asking me that, oh, congratulations, you have gotten an offer. I'll just say, okay, no problem. I'll take the name of the company, put it online. They don't have a website. Nairaland people are saying, if you go there, and then they're very specific with what you're going to experience. So you already know that oh, you're going to be wasting your time. So yeah, Nairaland has saved me lots of times. I don't even, I've never visited it. I've never visited an office that did not exist, thankfully. Yes.
Hmm.
But
I
yeah,
wish I could say that, but
please share
I'm
your
here to share
experience.
an experience with you. So the funny thing is, obviously, I knew it wasn't real, but I'm the type of person that I will know what to
Curiosity, you want
look
to
for.
go and check, you want to know
Skills
what's
that.
happening there.
So I'm like, this sometime in 2019 I lost my job, right? And I'm like, okay, now I'm going to be applying for jobs, and I was specific with what I wanted, right? HR. So all my applications, they were targeted towards HR jobs. And these people, I'm going to read their email, I'm going to look for it. They legit sent me an email. When I looked at it, that when I got it, I just laughed. I'm like, I'm tired of staying in the house. This is just 1 month too. So that's why you say
You
sometimes
never
when
know,
we
you
talk,
might be lucky. It might be a real job. Your own might be different.
I didn't think it was a real job, but I just wanted something to take me out of the house, to be very honest, and I'm not lying to you. So I was like, okay, I got this invite and I'm going to read it. Quickly, quickly. Dear Ainde, secure to your recent survey via our online advertorial page. HR portals and referrals. We are pleased with your background considering your leadership, business, and human resourceful skills. Like I said, HR specific. In view of this, you have been shortlisted by the HR team to attend a leadership/business assessment and workshop for an interview to be a team or unit leader and business partner. In my head, I start to laugh because
That actually, you know, the funny thing, the what's it called? The way the email is structured, it doesn't sound like a scam. At least not yet. So please keep
not,
reading.
not yet.
Because
So
you
he
had said
said,
you were
oh,
applying now, right? You
yes,
have
yes.
probably put your yeah.
They had my CV, oh my dear. They had it. So they said overview of Center for Leadership, Entrepreneurship and Development, blah blah blah. Then they go CF lead, and I'm like, they introduce themselves, is the combination, blah blah blah. Our priority, what we do, office address. So due diligence. Now I went on Google. If you Google CF lead, actually, a page will come out CF lead. So you see it, but you can't click on. It doesn't direct you when you click on all those buttons there. So I'm like, okay, 9 a.m., no problem. I woke up early. But funny, normally I'll have even dressed up, but I was just basic. Nothing extra, no makeup, nothing. So I just went there. And immediately I got there, first of all, it was hard to locate that place. I used an Uber and we
Yeah.
kept on, like we went round Ikeja. I kid you not. We were just going in circles. So we had to stop and, please, this is where we're going to, the now describe. So on getting there, there was no lights. They were like, there was no lights. I'm not joking.
Okay, so in
So
your
I'm like,
case, the company exists. Okay.
proper building, no, no light. They're like, oh, we should sit down.
Interesting.
They'll turn on the gen. I'm like, okay. So I was buzzing my friend, update. This is where I am. They said I should sit down. So things like that. They will even tell you to print a copy of it. So how I knew it was a scam, they had a tag BTM Eve. So that's like it's network marketing. How will I trace it back to you? When you give me this printed copy, I can see Eve, so I can put it under Eve's name, right? And then I sat down, they came, they were doing some, I don't know what they were doing. I would say ritual because in my head I was like, what's all this nonsense?
Oh
Energy,
wow.
something or something. And I'm like, what? But then I'm like, okay, let's learn something. So I sat down there and one woman came bragging, talking about how if you're a graduate, you'll be earning 75K. And she has left the employment world. She's making 60, she's not called millions of naira. I'm like, wow,
Yes.
interesting. You're calling
That's
millions.
what you use to entice people.
You don't even look like a millionaire, first of all. Like I'm sorry, I'm petty. You. I checked her phone, I checked her hair, I checked everything. And I'm like, someone is earning millions. Like, at least let it show that I'm
Right.
earning money, right? So I'm like, okay, keep talking. And then they talked about a book. So I'm like, oh, book makes sense. How do you get an African man will
Do
not
you
read
have
a
to buy
book?
the book?
Yes, I bought it. I bought it actually.
Okay.
It wasn't even expensive. It was 2.5. So I'm like, okay, a book, smart way. So I went and I got the book and I went home. I even showed my dad that, see, I bought this book. My dad was just laughing at me that you don't know what to use money for. I shall read the book and I'm like, network marketing, did Google, I did my research and everything. And I was like, oh, this is network marketing. This is how you do it. They were like, we should come the next day. Next day I came, we did the whole energy. Oh, something, something. We started
Training
dancing.
and all of that.
I'm like, there was no light, so this thing, there's no AC. I'm like,
Wow.
I cannot deal, I can't do this. And then after everything, after wasting my time, like 5 o'clock, they were now calling us one after the other. And you know me now, I just sat there reserved. They've seen big fish that will pay. I kid you guys not. I paid 40K that day because I was curious to know
What?
what exactly was going on. I paid 40K. Let me get to the bottom line, right? So they were like, oh, that's they will do the process, they'll do everything. I'm like, funny, I had money because I lost my job. Now, what am I using money for? It's my father's house. So let's
And
spend
you
it.
were very, looking
Very
for a
generous.
job. Yeah.
So I just spent it and I'm like, okay. And then the next day, the shop called me that, oh, your package has arrived, and they brought me bag with drugs. I'm like, what? So I called the girl. I'm like, I don't understand. I paid 40K for something.
Hold on. So they never talked about what you're going to be selling from the onset.
Nope. They are
They just
creative.
gave
They're
you
not precise. I kid you not. They just sent me
wow.
drugs. And I'm like, drugs.
So did they tell you what the 40K was for?
They said registration. So me, I wasn't even expecting
Okay.
anything. So they gave me a
Okay.
bag, some books and drugs literally inside the bag.
Okay.
So they were
Mm.
like, you can sell it if you don't want it. And in my head, I'm like, sell what exactly? I don't even know what this drug is. So it was after the nine sent the package, they were not like, okay, that we should
Mhm.
come back, that we'll have, they will explain, they now start to explain. I kid you not. If you are not grounded, if you are not knowledgeable, you will fall for that thing.
And
And
start
every
selling drugs.
yes,
I'm actually very confused. So, do they give it to people you sell the drugs to, or how does it work? You go and start working on the street
you
looking for people
will
to
look
buy
on the
drugs.
street and sell the drugs. They'll
Please,
tell you how
I'm
much you can
curious. What
charge
kind
for
of
a drug.
drugs?
3NF,
Now,
that's
this
the
is
name of the
hilarious.
drug. This is not advert for them. Guys, this is real life story. I kid you
Yeah,
not.
a lot of people
I
in
sell
comments are
it.
agreeing with you. And
Yeah.
apparently, what they do is because some of them are a lot more, what's the word now? They have improved their expertise in scamming. So they have a website. They know that you flag them if you don't have a website. So they've gone ahead, they've done the process of creating a website.
They will even tell
And
you that it's
now
what you wanna
you would
sell.
have
Let me
no
tell
idea.
you.
They would invite, they'll send you an invite like a professional organization would, and then you show up and you realize they're a real scam. So I think in cases like that, talk to people. Like, see, I think people are very generous with information these days um, because of the state of the country that we live in and
Yep.
the rates of insecurity. So ask people, have you heard of this company before? And like I said, Nairaland, I kid you not. I'm sure if I type member link NG on Nairaland, people have stories there. So definitely speak to people, ask questions on social media. People are very happy to, I mean, because it has happened to them, most people would not want that it happens to you too. So please feel free. And also, people should be very open to sharing their experiences. She's here sharing her experience of how she lost 40,000 is good money.
See now,
40,000
somebody's
to buy
calling
a
you a
lot of
drug
things
dealer.
for you. So please feel free to,
Please,
but feel free to share your experiences whenever you have gone through anything like that. Exactly. Research in Nairaland
just
saved me from
do
this
your
audio.
due.
Yes. So the next
Because you cannot be
question
scammed.
is
I find out with
how, okay, I think that we have just answered that. How do you know a serious organization?
how do you know it's serious organization? So
Serious
first off, I
organization.
said
Yeah.
it comes with a proper email, right? Even if I'm a recruiter and I'm trying to poach you, you can be on your own jejely. Yes, and I reach out to you like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm looking to fill this role. I will introduce my name, the organization I'm coming, like the organization I work with, the role I'm reaching out to you for. I will even call you again to like let you know, send you the JD, and you will see that one is with company's number. Two, I'm reaching out with you with a a professional email address.
Email. Yes. That's something to also look out for.
You can track me. If you see it and you go on Google Bolwatfe ID, you will see that, oh, I work with Jobberman. Who is Jobberman? Where is Jobberman? Go back and then you will see it. So they are always specific. They have a specific JD. They know what they are looking for. We're not here to say come for a training. Mm-mm. If it was a training, they will spell it out that it's a training.
Yeah.
Even those that
And
go for
then with
graduate training,
graduate training, exactly, the template is different. You can tell what you're going to be doing. They will state it there that, oh, it's a graduate training program. And then most graduate training programs are with reputable companies, mostly banks, consulting firms. So you can always find, like this person is hammering on doing your own research. I kid you not. That is the easiest way to save yourself from these things.
yeah. And
Someone
plus,
just said that you sold drugs before.
I
Oh
do
my
not
god.
sell drugs. I
She
did
didn't
not
sell
sell
you
it.
guys. She didn't
I
sell
did
you.
sell it. I
Please,
gave it
and
out.
what did you do? You gave it out to who? What did
So there
those
was,
drugs do?
oh, they will tell you how the drug, basically, to be
Mm.
honest, the supplements that people use.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But who has time to be selling supplements to
Selling, yeah.
people?
I
I
want
just
to say that
graduated
experience is
how
the
many
best
years
teacher.
ago?
Yeah,
So
while
I've
I
got,
agree that experience is the best teacher, I think that there are certain things you don't have to experience to be taught, right?
yes.
I've never gone for a fake job interview before. I don't have to experience it to know what it feels like. So please, you don't have to experience it. That is why we're here. and talking
Yeah.
about these things. And like I have said, I've encouraged people to please share your stories, talk to people. Now that Tika has mentioned it, I know very well that if I hear CF lead anywhere, scam, run. These people are about to chop your money.
Run
So yeah,
away. Most of them.
another way to identify
A lot of
to know if an organization is serious or if the employer is a serious one. We have talked about websites and all of that. So there's that. You can also go on LinkedIn, right? So some companies, apart from maybe startup companies, you can always see that when you type in Java Man, for instance, you see all the people that work with Java Man, right? You see
yep.
the names of people, it will come up. So those are the little things that you can, use to find out, okay, are these people in serious organization? Do they know what they're doing? etc. So yeah, you can always check LinkedIn.
And if you're
Okay, next.
skeptical, I think that you can also even go with someone. Don't go alone. Do you understand?
Yeah,
If
yes,
because
I
I know
agree.
some startups, right? They might not have a website, and you might not find anything, but they are still legit. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear
You're
me?
breaking. I'm struggling. Okay, yes, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
All right. So don't go
So someone
alone. Go
else is
with
sharing another company to beware of. Elite entrepreneurship. Please, anywhere you hear that company, run. Carry your
See, let me tell
slippers
you what they do.
to it.
So you might not know the names specifically because it's network marketing.
Yeah.
If I'm a team lead,
Marketing,
I
yes,
can wake
yes.
up and say Tife Enterprise, right? And you think
Mm.
it's a legit business, but guess what? I'm just a unit, like I'm a team lead under CFE,
Under
but
the,
I need to push it
yeah,
out so it comes out like, oh, I'm an organization. So you just be very careful. They always call me codes at the end of it. Like I said, you see somebody's name, code something, something is always there.
yes.
So always really well. Then I think one thing that will help you as a job seeker is whatever job you apply for, open is an Excel sheet. Write the name
Write
of the
it out,
organization and
yes.
the job
So that you
there.
can keep
So
track of
that
it.
if
I
anybody
agree.
comes to, reach out to you, you go back to your Excel sheet and check, did
And
I
check
apply for this role? And then you can know if is legit or not, if you want to go
or
or
not,
not.
yeah.
So don't be too desperate, right?
And then we have also talked on the other side for people that, they headhunt for you, they reach out to you and say, oh, we're looking for you in our company, etc. So then we've talked about ways you can identify those people if they truly work in that organization. If I'm trying to headhunt someone, I'm going to introduce myself, tell you what I do, and tell you
Yeah.
what company I'm coming from. So those are the things to look out for people that reach out to you directly for jobs that you do not apply to.
So please,
So
please, please don't be too
please
desperate.
be
You get
very
a job.
careful. Yeah, there are lots
I
of
would
bad
even
people.
advise you
There's
use
no product I
verify.
can't move now, and no matter how hard you are, I can convince you to. Well, someone is saying that they learned from the experience. I think it also depends on career trajectory you're looking at. So if I'm not trying to be a salesperson, the experience is somewhat useless to me. She's saying she learned and she's able to sell things now. Yes. So, but that experience was good for her because that's what she's looking to do. Another thing you can look out for is the opportunity is too good to be true. Yes. Someone comes and offers you very juicy. I mean, give me an example of a juicy offer. Let me hear.
Let me give
That's
you
too good
work
to be
for
true.
only 2 to 3 hours per day and earn up to 500K per month.
500K per month.
How?
Like even people that
How?
have legit businesses. Yes. So those are things to look out for. Nobody is saying that you can't be well paid at your job, but you yourself, you know when something is too good to be true. How can someone tell you to work for 2 hours every week and then
500K
you get
in
paid
the month.
500K at the end of the month?
Just two
Yes.
hours. Ah, you should question it very
Okay.
well. How much are they making in revenue that they are going to pay you
Pay you. Do you understand?
500K?
500,000.
Question it well.
So next question. How do I address scam jobs if I come across any?
How do you address it? Well, you can report directly to Jobberman. We'll flag it from our end. We're
Yeah.
not here for child's play. We're big in the recruitment, industry, and we don't want
And
people
our job seekers are very valuable to us.
to us. So reports, at info@jobberman.com. Let us know and we take it up from there. Do you understand?
Yeah. And
So
then feel
yeah,
free to also talk about it on social media because
you
news
can be
travels
saving
very fast on social media. Just put out if you have a tweet. If you have Twitter, sorry, put out a tweet. If you have Instagram, just let people know that look, I've I have experienced this, and I don't want you to go through that. So yeah,
I don't want to. So somebody sent something. Is this from Jobberman? Please, if it's from Jobberman, you will know that it's
you will
Jobberman.
know. We don't tell people to add anybody on WhatsApp. So that
Do
is
you
also something
understand?
to
We
look
don't do
out
things
for.
like that.
There's a certain level of professionalism that you expect from reputable organizations. Why are we adding you up on WhatsApp to give you a job? WhatsApp is very. There are other professional platforms. There's LinkedIn, there's Telegram. So why are we asking you to add us on WhatsApp?
I
So
don't even
please
think I've
know
seen
that.
an employee they should add on LinkedIn because they
Yeah,
need you now. If they
exactly.
want
So
to,
what are they telling you to? What are
how
they
they tell
telling
you
you
to
to
add
add
on LinkedIn.
to
No.
LinkedIn? Yeah. No,
So
no, no.
please
I'm guessing the person is saying like to continue the conversation.
don't continue.
Yeah.
It's email. Please, it's email,
Exactly.
professional
Email
email.
is very,
Don't be
very
doing text
the
message,
most
funeral, every
professional way
time
to
you say,
reach out to
okay, tell me
people.
about you. Now say, hi, my name is Oluwabumi Oluwoye. Bam, 20 naira has gone like that. They're stealing your money. Meanwhile, there's email. If I need to schedule an interview, either use Zoom, use Google Hangouts. There are different other platforms there, or you come to the
You
office
used to, yeah.
directly. Do you
Exactly.
understand? So yeah, don't do all these things. It's just they just want to collect your details, one, and it's a rip-off, to be very honest. So please show me station for your phone. I think it's good. All right. So yeah, another question here will now be somebody asked, how does Jobberman deal with scam jobs? Like we clearly stated, we do not just post any job on our platform, right? We do there.
Yeah.
There are processes that even an employer, when you come into Jobberman to create an account, that you have to go through before your job goes live, right? There's a verification process that we also have to go through before we say, okay, oh,
And
you're
you have to
valid
submit some
employer.
documents first to show that you're a valid employer. Yeah.
So it's not about, but if you now, amazing thing that people do not know. On Jobberman, if you even think that is fake, there's a report button. There's a place you can actually report. Let me get it for you. I took a screenshot so that I can show you. See, Jobberman is nice. You should give us a round of applause.
I know,
Round of
right?
applause.
We
So
understand the assignment. So please.
I have a screenshot here. I hope you can
Okay.
see it. So if you look closely, you see report job, right? I hope you can see it. Can
It's
you
a
see
bit
it?
blurry. It's a
It's
bit
network.
blurry.
So basically,
Yeah.
at the end of the advert, you will see report job. So you can always click that button. Once you click the button, automatically that advert will go off and we will do an investigation, right? So so yes, by all means, feel free to report. Don't forget to share. Tell people. I don't know why we're always very stingy. We think that our friends are the ones doing us. I think it's an African mentality. I want
Yeah.
you to get a job. Just tell people, oh, I have an interview. This is where I'm going to. I have people that will send me screenshot. Oh, so I got this thing. Is this thing real or is fake?
Yes.
Even
That's what I'm saying. Like people
if
should be very open, especially when it comes to
even if I don't even
you can ask people. You can ask people in your network to know if it is real or not.
I'm sure even if you put it on LinkedIn, there are people that will answer you. At least they'll give you 24 hours before you go for the interview. So
Oh
put it on
yeah.
your page there. Do you understand? Be careful, your employer is looking at you sharp. But just know how you do it and you'll be able to get the right thing. Don't just fall for it. Please, I think what kills us really is the fact that we're desperate. Job seekers, fresh
And
graduates.
then
Wow.
these people know that like they can sense your desperation to get a job. It's not a bad thing to desperately want. I mean, the world is tough. You need to survive. You need to, get things done for yourself, and you need money to do that. How you get money through a job. So yeah, if you're not an entrepreneur and you're for this 9 to 5 life, there's no, I mean, there's no harm in being desperate. Like constantly applying, sending your CVs to different platforms. Just be very careful while doing that. Very, very. And then whenever people present opportunities to you, as much I know that there's some people that if you tell them start tomorrow, to say they are willing to start tomorrow. I mean, they don't mind. They won't take out time and say, okay, let me even find out why am I ready for this? No, I'm ready to start immediately
You know how
tomorrow.
tiring it is at home that they are
So
not
yeah,
going
when
to.
it sends that desperation, they take advantage of it. They take
And it's
advantage of that.
English, a lot of English that you might not understand, that they'll just be using to cajole
So,
you, and yes, you're like,
so
me,
yeah,
I want to earn 200K. Then they'll not tell you they'll take it to Dubai. Ogbeni, don't be deceived. Please don't be deceived. So please feel free to ask more questions here. The
yeah.
time is 13:37. We still have time on the clock and we will address it. What is your fear about scam jobs? We're here for you today. Let's tackle this together so that tomorrow, when you apply for
You
a
won't be
job and
scammed
you get
again,
it,
or if you have been scammed before, you never had to go through that.
you don't have to go through
Yeah.
it again.
Um.
Allah, Alade, thank you. Thank you so much. She likes my glasses. Thank you. Uh, yes, I have an Excel sheet to track your application. See, it's about being smart, to be honest. I always
I'm
tell
being
people
very proactive because
looking for a job is a job on its own. So don't just
exactly.
do it because I'm looking for a job. Mommy say I should find a job. I want to make $1 million. So you're just doing
So
anything now.
anything
No,
at all.
be strategic about it. Know what you want. And that will help you as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Someone says I look like the brothers.
Any other question about scam
Okay.
jobs? I'm here for you. We'll answer your questions. We'll answer them in our comment section. Alade, Ayomide is the clown today. I see you. Well done.
Yeah. So
All right. Is there a scope of work for highly experienced hospital administrator in Nigeria? Uh, this is not about scam jobs. Sorry about that. Please ask us about questions about scam jobs, and then we are here for
okay,
you.
someone is
We're here.
asking, is there anyone that has an idea about secure your future? So I'm guessing secure your future is the name of the platform. Let's see. What does
Yes,
secure your future mean? What do you do?
she researcher Bumi. She's helping you to check it.
Mommy.
2 minutes.
No,
Tell me she's
no.
helping you check it. So she
Okay.
said exactly if you don't
So
want
from
to.
what I can see here, it says that it's a campaign. Um, okay. I'm not sure if this is your future. You might want to shed more light. Are they an organization or whatever? Because what I'm seeing here for Secure Your Future is people that sell properties. Is that what you're talking about? What's the name of the person? Ajokola. Please, if you're still on the call, please respond to that. So yeah, what they do is they sell properties and all that. Investment plans. Okay. So next question. Please, did Jobberman refer people that registered on their site to Powell Asset Management app?
Nope.
Fortune Rabbit recently because I got a text message from Jobberman.
A joker, man. We don't send text messages, people. We
I
do not do text messages. If we're going to reach out to you, is via email. Via email.
yeah.
So no, that's definitely not us.
Do you call or help those applying for a job through Jobberman when you see similar job offer they applied for? Hmm. That's another work on its own. The do we call? But we have the what's it called? Email is set up in a way that if you apply for, I mean, you have put up all your information on the website, you've completed your profile. Wait, I'm not sure I understand. Those applying for a job when you see a similar job offer. No, we don't call you.
No, I
When
think
if you're on a mailing list, you get similar job offers. If I understand the question correctly.
what this person is. If anybody is going to call you, like I said, said, it's still going to be via our official number, right? And it is everywhere. Just in case you don't know it, I'll call it out for you now. So if it is that, it's based on if a recruiter is recruiting and they see your profile. Come on, you're with
Yeah.
us. We're recruiting for a role. I see your profile on our database and we feel like you might be interested in the role. So they will call to like let you know, "Oh, are you interested? We're looking to do this and do that." Again, they will tell you their names, the company they're working for, and the role that they're looking to, fill.
Yeah,
So
not necessarily if you've applied for a similar job. I think for the similar job one
definitely,
is if you're on the mailing list, you get um, mails showing you job offers with similar
yes,
opportunities. But no one is going to trace your application and call you when they see similar offers on your behalf.
definitely.
There's nothing like that.
Hi, Bumi. I just started
Yes.
this hard job. I want you to apply for it. Nah, they're not going to do that at all.
So someone is
So, yeah,
asking, is
please.
there a way to prevent our data from getting into the hands of these scammers? That's why you have to be careful when you're applying for jobs. How they get your
Yeah.
CV is all those people that put what is that thing called? When you're applying and there's a link to apply, you put your CV on any link you see, you just apply. They're storing your
All
data.
the
Those
website
people
they
that
use,
are
they use.
all those websites are storing they're storing your information. So
Yeah.
you have to be very careful when you're applying.
Very, very.
So please send in
Only
your
apply
questions.
to
Send in
posted.
your
Yep. So that's the
questions.
official number there. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You can see that's where you will get a call from. We all use this number, really. So don't let anybody scam you. We'll not say reach out to us on WhatsApp. Mm-mm, that's not being professional. We're professionals. Email is how we, communicate with you. So, any other question? So, like Bumi said, only apply on trusted websites. There are I wake up one day and say Tifa Recruitment Agency, and I want to just build my database. I'll push out just
Exactly.
one.
Just one
How will
job
you?
post, or everybody would apply.
Yeah, I'll
And
have
then
your
what
number.
I know is that some people list jobs from Jobberman and post on their platforms.
Script. So yes, it's script job.
Yes.
Be very careful. Be very, very careful.
Just be careful.
So any other question? We have about 18 minutes on the clock before we end the session. We are here for you. Please don't forget, apply on Jobberman. It's free. Create your profile.
Did you get
Not
like you don't have to pay a
money.
dime for it?
It's
Just
really, like luxury. You're not paying 1 naira to nobody. So sit down, apply. They'll call you for your interview. Do your research. Go to the interview. Do what? Get the job. Really. So don't stress yourself. Any other question? 15 minutes. 15 minutes to go. And we are going to end this session. Don't forget, after now, we're going to save this session so you can always share with your friends, and your family members. Let them know. So if you have a sister that is in SS3,
that
you know,
is
they're looking for a
final
job.
year. That's the final year in university.
Even
Yeah.
those looking for IT internships and all that,
Yeah.
share this session with them. Educate
Yeah.
somebody. Like, can we
Someone is
call the name
asking
of the
for
clarification?
clarification as any. It's our
What
customer
type of
service
thing?
line. So if you're calling for clarification, it has to be as regards a job on the platform.
On the
Don't call,
platform?
don't disturb them and say, please, I need a job, I need a job. Please don't do that. How long
Then
does
I
it
think
take for a job application to get through? I have applied for over 10 jobs and yet no reply. So I think for some jobs, they'll normally put it there that after you apply, if you don't get contacted, it means you're not shortlisted. So it's one of
yep.
two things. If you have the name of the company that you applied for, you can always reach out to them to find out, oh, you sent in your application at XYZ time and you haven't gotten any feedback. You can either do that or yeah, mostly just follow up with them yourself. But if you do that and you still do not get a response, then it means that you're not shortlisted. Hi, Javaman. Why do most employees request for one's past payslip or bank statements during the recruitment stage? We have a whole session on this already, but I'll answer you. So Again, you're not under any compulsion to review your pay slip or your bank statement. There are different ways to avoid that question, honestly. If your recruiter is insisting on seeing your what's it called, pay slip, and you're sure that you don't want this job opportunity to fall, you want the job opportunity, you're super interested in it, tell them that until you get the offer before you can get your pay slip from your previous position. No, but why would they ask you for your bank statement? Like that is very
I'm taking
ridiculous.
this
And
bank
then at
statement.
the
Why?
beginning of the other session we had with Idris, someone asked that question, and she said that they asked her during the application process. So it means that if she had not put in that information, she'll probably not be called for the next stage. I understand how tough this thing is, guys. But then it's one of two things. If you're fine with sharing, I mean, it's not a determinant of anything for the most part. You know what you're worth. So, for instance, you're earning 100,000 and you want to ask for times three your salary, right? So you go there and okay, sorry. Yeah, so you go there and you apply, you do well in the interview, all of that. It doesn't mean that you the fact that you're earning 100,000 now doesn't mean that you're not deserving of the 300 you're asking for, right? As long as you can provide
Hi,
good
Bumi.
reasons. Hi.
Okay, I can hear you now. I lost you.
Okay, as long as you can provide good reasons why you should earn that, you definitely get it. Except one, it is above budget, or you're not a fit. You can't ensure that you're providing value for the money you're asking for. You can't go there and tell them you want big money and you're not ready to do big work, right?
Yeah. Do you understand?
So be very sure of what you're doing. So yeah, in answering your question, there are different ways to judge that. Honestly, if you're not willing to share your pay slip, if you're worried that it will be a determining factor for whatever salary you get, and it shouldn't be a benchmark for the new salary. I mean, they have a budget already, so whether or not you fall within that budget, so yeah,
All right. So guess what? Jobberman Nigeria were very nice. There's always something that was
generous,
you.
benevolent.
Generous people. So drum rolls. All right. So now I know there are a lot of job seekers here, and we have up to 30 internship slots at Tech Experts. So this is how you're going to do, because I know the next thing is how do I get it? How do I get it? Now we have the soft skills training that is free. You need to finish the soft skills training before the 30th of July. Now,
And today
if
is the
you
16th, so you have a long time to go.
this is just 15, so you have 15 days to win one slot. Do you understand? You have to,
Yeah.
you take an assessment as well. So top scoring participants will be selected and contacted. And guess what? You've gotten a job. Yay! Government
You've
Nigeria.
gotten
So yeah,
So they'll put up the link again for the soft skills training for those that have
training.
not done it
Yes.
yet.
Yep.
So
You
you
can
can
see
go
that.
ahead and take it. Someone is asking, we can use this
How do we
question to
avoid
wrap up if
salary
there are no more
scams?
questions. How do we avoid salary? What do you mean by salary scams? People that promise you
Yes. What do
money
you
and they don't pay you, or you might want to expatiate on what you mean.
please? So yeah, the time is 1:49. We have 11 minutes to end this session. Please ask your questions, and we'll answer you before we wrap this up. Don't forget internship
That
at Tech
internship
Expert.
slot
All you
is
have to
going to
do is do
might be the next job that you're looking for. You never know.
the next job.
How you
Are
see
you a
salary
big
range
man
from
and a
the job
big man?
advert, but coming to hear a different salary. Is that okay? I understand what you mean by salary scam. Mm, when you hear a different salary from what was advertised, so they obviously use that big money to attract you to
To
apply.
attract
So you've
them.
applied, you've gotten in, then they tell you that, oh, this is not, run, leave this. See, you know what you're worth, right?
So yeah,
You know what you're worth,
they
and
can't. I
you
don't
know
feel
that,
like it's not being true.
like
They're not
that.
being
That
true.
also shows the organization is not. They don't have integrity. That's the kind of organization you want to work with. Those people will owe you salary. They will owe you. They won't pay you. Someone else is asking if there's a space for salary on my Jobberman profile. Doesn't that seem like a benchmark to be underpaid or overpaid? Not necessarily. It is. There's a range, right? So if I want
Yes.
to earn 500K in my next job now, my first salary expectation, as in the lower range, is going to be 500K to whatever the next, maybe 500K to 600K. So anybody that is reaching out to me now, they don't know what I earn, they don't know um, what I would, I mean, I have just put that the beginning of my ask, if I'm going to be considered for a role, is 500,000. So what you can do to avoid being underpaid, is there any such thing as being overpaid? I'm curious. I don't think you can be overpaid, Sha.
Yes,
Yes, I agree that you can be underpaid 100%. But I'm not sure what you mean by overpaid. So are you paid too much?
for
Like you're
me,
paid much more than what you do? Come on.
we
But
have
yes,
people
to
like
avoid
that.
being underpaid, just put the higher range of your salary expectation as your starting salary on the platform. So there's a range. It says 100 to 150, 200 to yes. So if you want 200K in your next job, 200K should be your starting. That's what you should put there as the ask. Aside all companies, which industry pay from 1.5 million upward? Come,
Lead
come,
management level.
come. See, if you want to ask us questions, don't come to the corners. Hello, I tried to sign in for Jobberman's training, but it showed that I had already registered, but I don't know how's that. Please, what should I do? Can they send a private message to the handler of the account so they can trace your name and find out why that happened?
I think she should send an email. And
Yeah. Okay, so this guy's explaining why what he means by being overpaid, quoting more. It's not left for the organization. They pay you what you ask for, and you ask for a lot. Is that your fault? You ask them. They can
yeah.
negotiate and say, "Oh, we don't have this
Hi,
much to
Jabberman.
pay
Why do
you."
some employers
So
ask to
yeah,
submit previous? Emmanuel is
employment.
asking, Hi, Jabberman. Why do some
Yeah, what is
employers
some
ask to
employers?
submit previous to leave letters during the recruitment
A lot
stage?
of reasons.
A lot
Firstly,
of
to find out if you were fired, because people lie. And then to find out why, if you were fired, it's not a problem, but then to find out why you were fired, right? Nobody wants to hire someone that probably um, maybe absconded with company property, or you were
Do change
you were
of
let
name.
go because of performance. It's not a problem, like I said. I mean, you might have improved on yourself and you're a
Yeah.
better performer now. But
See,
yeah, there are
even
different reasons for that.
being fired
There
is
are
not a
different
bad
reasons.
thing,
Yeah.
right? Like I said earlier, I was fired in 2019. Did I get another job? Yes. Did I get
Yes.
a better job? Yes.
Yes.
So guess what? Being fired is not a bad
It's not the
thing.
end of the world, exactly. I mean, there was
But
a job I had that I was advised to resign. They said that I wasn't happy on the job, that, oh, they think I would do better if I leave, like if I find something else. And they were right. I was not happy on the job. I just didn't want to be unemployed. So they understood my pain and they're like, you know what? We think it might be good if you leave. Go
yeah,
and look for greener pastures. So please, it's not a big deal to ask. We have given you some of the reasons why. In fact, at German, we asked for that. It is one of our um, previous employer check. We want to find out, you know,
we even want to
what
have
was
an
this person
idea of
like.
your
Also,
history.
because people lie about roles that they do. So let me give you a quick example. Maybe I I used to work at XYZ company and I was a marketing specialist or maybe a marketing analyst. I have like 2 years experience. And then I was able to maneuver my way and come and tell you that, oh, I was a marketing manager. I was managing 5 people. And
Yep.
then they send a previous employer check to my previous employer. And they're like, oh, not like I wasn't good at my job, but I was not managing anybody. So with that, they're able to curtail, and it's not even from a bad place or because they don't want you to grow. So they can understand your capabilities. Like, okay, what did this person struggle with? What were their strengths? What were their weaknesses? So yeah, it's to help you perform better on the job.
And it even helps the person, that's the hiring manager, the HR
Mhm.
person, with your learning and development process, right? So
Exactly. So
seeing
you know
this from this
what
angle, so I
training
feel
this
like
person
I can
needs to
train
do,
something. This
how
is
to
what you
help them. Hmm.
so don't feel if you've not done anything wrong, then that shouldn't be a problem for you. It's just a verification process, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we have 5 more minutes on the clock. Any last questions? Last questions before we end this session
Five
today.
more minutes, guys. This has
Five
been
more
super
minutes.
interesting. I like
Yeah.
that the audience has engaged. They've asked questions and shared their experiences as well. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. We can't do this without you. So yeah. Any last questions? 4 more minutes. Okay, while we wait for questions, Bumi, any last advice for people looking for jobs?
Okay. Um, if you have not, I don't know, okay, last advice. You should already have a CV by now. If you don't have a CV, I don't know what you're doing here. You should have a detailed CV that explains all of your experiences. And if you don't already have a CV, you can reach out to us. We have CV services. So if you have a CV, please feel free to go on our platform and keep applying for jobs. Apply for jobs that are in line with what you're interested in, right? Apply for jobs that you know that you would be happy doing. I mean, I had told you now that they advised me to resign because I was not happy. I just wanted to look for a job, and they're like,
Yes.
find jobs that would keep you interested for a long time. You spend most of your hours working if you're a 9 to 5 hour. You're spending Monday to Friday doing work. So you want to ensure that it is work that, makes you happy. So yeah, and I wish you all the best. And feel free to send me messages if you have any questions during your recruitment processes.
Yay.
Yes,
Thank you so much, Bumi.
the soft skills link is going to be shared
Yeah, we share it now.
for this.
So I think one advice I'll give you again is
Mm,
a closed mouth is a closed destiny.
yes, reach
They
out,
jump
reach out, reach out, reach out.
out. Always talk. Don't have that African mentality of they are doing me, they will do me. Who is doing you? I have my life to think of. How will I be thinking of doing you? That's such a stressful something. So open your mouth and talk to people. I got invited for
Network,
this interview.
talk to
Help me
people.
out.
In
Talk to
fact,
that.
when people say that, oh, they find, how do you know what to say when asked what your salary expectation is and you couldn't get the information of the salary range? We have a whole session on this, guys. But then what you can do is ask them to provide a range. Ask them what their budget for the role is, right? And before you go in for a job, you already know what you want, how much you want to earn. You know what you're earning, and you know that okay, for me to leave this job, they have to offer me XYZ percentage before I will leave my current job. They have to, and then apart from salary, there are other benefits, right? People are very keen on salary. There are a lot of other benefits apart from salary, guys. So yeah,
Okay, 2 minutes on the
ensure
clock.
to ask them for their budgets. You are asking questions now that the session is about to end.
Sorry, let me tell you something. For people asking
Mm,
about career switch and salary negotiations and all that, we have sessions that we posted previously on our Instagram page, on our YouTube page.
yes,
Just go back and watch them.
and
They
watch.
will answer
Yes.
some of your questions as well. Yeah, and if you have any other question, because it's 1 minute on the clock now, feel free to send us a DM on Instagram, and they will attend to all your questions. It was really nice having you guys here. We can't do this
Thank you
again without.
so much
Thank you
for
so much.
participating. We had a really good time.
Yeah, don't forget, register for soft skills training so that you can be part of
And
the
get
30.
a slot in the internship.
All right, thank
Thank
you so much,
you.
guys.
Have a
Bye.
lovely weekend. Bye.
Bye.